All right. Well, without further ado, we have two candidates for the U.S. Senate. First, Congressman Jarid Polis will be speaking for Senator Michael Bennet. And our other candidate, everybody knows in Colorado, Speaker Andrew Romanoff. Gentlemen, opening remarks, and we will allow Congressman Polis to go first.
Thank you. Did these come out? Did these come out? Okay. Testing. Can you all hear okay? Okay, good. Well, I am not Senator Bennet, but what I am here to do is tell you why I'm supporting Senator Bennet and a little bit about how I see this race. First of all, I'm here on behalf of Senator Bennet, who hopefully you've all had a chance to meet. If you haven't, you will soon. He's doing a great job getting around the state. And I'm certainly not here because I'm in any way, shape, or form against our other fine candidate, Andrew Romanoff. Andrew has done great things for Colorado. I worked with him when he was in the state legislature. He helped build our majorities. But I support Senator Bennet. He's really doing an amazing job, and I've known Michael Bennet for many years too. Also had the opportunity to work with him. He shares with Mike Miles and myself to a lesser extent some very relevant real-world experience that he takes to the United States Senate, and that is experience as a superintendent of schools. I was superintendent of a small charter school network that I started, New America School, that works with our new immigrant youth. Mike Miles is, of course, the superintendent down in Colorado Springs. And by the way, I got to know Mike during his Senate race. After that, I got to know him even more through the education work that he's done. And that's a part that you may not all know about Mike. And you know that he works in education. But he is actually one of our best superintendents in the state of Colorado and really doing a tremendous job down in Colorado Springs. Michael, you know, when you are a superintendent, you see things in a way that we need more of in Washington. First of all, Washington wouldn't be nearly as backwards as it is, and with regard to our education policy, we actually have people who've run schools and been involved with education who are making our education policy. And I was particularly excited that Michael Bennet got the seat on the Senate Health and Education Committee. It's actually a very difficult committee to get on in the Senate. He got the seat on that committee from when Ted Kennedy passed away. It's a coveted seat in that body because it oversees healthcare policy as well. Education is unfortunately too often an orphan stepchild in the United States Congress. In the House, it's the Education Committee. It's very easy to get on. I was so excited to be on. I said, "Can I please be on it?" And they're like, "You're one of the first people who's wanted to be on that committee in a long time." But of course, I'm thrilled to do it. But in the Senate, it is a more coveted committee because of the way they have it configured. And Senator Bennet will be a tremendous value this year and next as we undertake the process of reauthorizing No Child Left Behind, the main federal policy that all of us have lived under, that in so many ways has hurt our schools this last decade. And I, as somebody who cares a lot about education, want him there during that fight. I'm really proud of Senator Bennet for standing with Senator Feingold to denounce the recent Supreme Court decision to allow corporate money into campaigns, and he has really been a leader. Just today, he issued a release that he's signed on with the bill that will do everything that we can, even pushing the envelope some, living under, of course, that Supreme Court precedents, but trying to crack down on foreign corporations, adding disclosure requirements, really everything that we can do that we think that the Supreme Court won't toss out. And finally, I'm proud of Michael for standing up for two insurance companies and being a steadfast supporter of the public option. So for those reasons, I'm proud to be here today in support of Michael Bennet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Start by thanking David and Dick and especially Mike Miles for giving birth to this movement, proof that a primary can strengthen the party and strengthen our state and strengthening our country. And I think that's large credit to Mike and to all of you. So thank you for doing that. I'm really thankful to all of you for sharing an evening in what was to have been the first forum of this Senate race. When I was a kid, my folks always told me, if you study hard and eat all your vegetables, someday you may grow up to be able to debate the surrogate for a candidate for the United States Senate. So honored to Honor to be with you. I came actually not to debate my friend Jarid Polis, but to praise him, because I think the truth is, I think the courage and leadership and talent that he has brought to the House of Representatives, the same qualities that I think the President has brought to the White House, we need those qualities in the United States Senate today as well. So thank you for your leadership on that front. I'm running for the U.S. Senate because I believe the problems that we face as a country and as a world are too important for us to dither or delay. It's a problem, in my view, that the Senate of the United States has become the place where so many good ideas go to die. And the truth is, too many Americans are dying as a result, literally. We'll have a chance today to talk about that. We'll have a chance tonight to talk about the importance of reforming health care and pursuing a universal single-payer plan that will enable us to cover all Americans. We'll have a chance tonight, I hope, to talk about the importance of reforming our financial system and holding the folks on Wall Street accountable for their contributions to what could have been the worst fiscal crisis since the Great Depression. We'll have a chance tonight, I hope, to talk about one of the most important issues at stake in this election, and that is the need to reverse or mitigate the effects of global warming so we can protect this fragile planet and transform the way we use energy in the country. We'll have a chance, I hope, to talk about all those issues tonight, but I thought I'd just use these brief moments to tell you a little bit about who I am and where I come from, literally. Many of you know, and some of you have actually met my mom, who is responsible more than anyone else for the fact that I became a Democrat. I tell folks I always will be a Democrat too because of my dad. He's a Republican. But it was really my mom's work. My mom was a social worker when I was growing up in an era when the conditions in the state mental hospitals where she worked were appalling. So appalling, in fact, that many of those facilities were shut down and emptied of the patients who lived there. The theory at the time in the 1970s said, well, surely some community groups will spring up and take care of folks. That didn't happen, of course. And my mom worked with many folks with mental illness on the streets where they were sent to live or die under bridges or in cars. And I thought about that a lot when I was a kid. I thought, what kind of a country, what kind of a nation or a society can condemn people with brain diseases like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder to a life like that or an early grave? And can a country like that, can a country like ours still call itself civilized? We would not do that. We should not do that to people with any other form of illness, and we should not treat mental illness in the same way. When I got elected to the legislature, I decided to serve on the Health and Welfare Committee in honor of my mom and the Criminal Justice Committee in honor of my dad.
Gonna have to wrap up.
And I hope we'll have a chance to share with you the lessons I learned from that experience as well. But thank you for sharing so much time with us tonight.